That's funny.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
That's funny.
so I have an idea for S2J, a product idea, a new product startup for digital calendars. These would be devices that you would mount in your house that kind of replace the Google. I guess they've got these Google Nest things that are kind of like you can do FaceTime or not Google Meets on them, but those you have to, I guess, put it on a countertop or a desk or something like that. These calendars you mount, and they will share the family calendar with whatever color coding for each kid, however you like. That will just be an easy view and display for anyone and everyone to see, what's coming up. I know that there was like a smart mirror thing that was trending maybe a few years back that was kind of doing the same thing. Those were selling for like, I don't know, $500 plus. But they were kind of bulky. And so my idea is to build something that's less bulky, and if we can build some technology that would kind of leverage like the Kindle paper that doesn't doesn't require a lot of battery power, and you could actually mount the calendar anywhere that's not tied to an electric socket. But it would still integrate with Wi-Fi and all that good stuff. And you could change out the batteries if you need, as needed.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's less risk. Like if you hang it in your bathroom or something like that, you're not gonna run into issues of electrifying anybody. Or if you want to hang it like inside your closet door as you're getting ready in the morning and you don't have an electric socket, like you could see what's going on there without having to check your phone. Or if you want to put it in a family room in a place that's not close to an electric socket, like everyone has visibility to it.
What triggered this idea in your head? Like, what problem is it trying to solve for you?
Well, for me, we were using a dry erase calendar that we would have to constantly erase and rewrite, and you'd only get a 130-day view that was not rolling. I mean, it's only as good as like whatever you can write on the board. It's not connected. So if you're at the doctor's office and you're trying to schedule your next appointment for the following year or some follow-up appointment like in 2 weeks, you wouldn't want to have to go refer back to your family calendar that was written on a whiteboard. Like you wouldn't have that ability. Whereas this connected shared calendar, I mean, I'm sure you're all doing it. Like everyone's got a family Google Calendar that you're already using, but this device would make it more publicly visible for the whole family, because like your kids don't have a device. Maybe they don't have the ability to connect to that family calendar and to coordinate stuff.
I'll ask one more. So having been to your house many times, you do have, and you're a tech guy, or relatively, you have a lot of these devices already. So why don't you use those? What's preventing you from using that? You have an iPad, you have a smart TV, you have a camera that's pointed at your door. And I know your iPad is always on. So you have that in your living room.
Yeah.
You have a Nest, you have Amazon Echo and all that. Why not use those right now? What's the lift to use that than the dry erase board?
Well, so those existing devices, like we've got one that's dedicated to watch the front door. Like we use that for anybody that comes to the doorbell. You need to be able to glance at it right away. You don't have time to go flipping through and switching to a new app that will change from your calendar view to your doorbell view. Like that's our dedicated doorbell monitor. We actually don't have any other device like our smart TVs and stuff. Those are for watching TV. Like again, having a dedicated thing that can show your calendar view, it just makes it I guess more accessible. So I don't know if you saw the calendar that we built a couple years back that we mounted. Maybe you have not seen it, but we actually bought a TV and I hooked it up with a smart calendar that now has made our dry erase board obsolete. So,
oh, you've already done that.
Yeah, we have.
Okay, and it's running on what?
Like the software that we're running is DAC board, DAKBOARD. But I mean, the software already exists.
Yeah.
My thing is like our TV has to be mounted by a socket, and it's kind of bulky, and it's got to run this software that I cobbled together on a Raspberry Pi that's, displaying on my TV monitor.
Yeah.
What I want to do is build something that's all completely integrated.
This sounds familiar.
Yeah, completely integrated. That doesn't have to be necessarily tied to a socket.
Well, just so you know why he's laughing, because Jim bought me a Raspberry Pi 3 a while ago for the same issue.
Seymour was describing similar pain points. Yeah.
So I do have a TV. Since we don't watch TV as much, our TV, when it's on, the Raspberry Pi is always on. And so we just turn it on. So we see a calendar there. But yeah, I understand some of your pain points. Jim, you can ask some follow-up if you had anything.
So I guess, so you've surveyed the market. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know where I want to jump to.
I mean, I haven't surveyed the market, but we have visitors that come over. They're like, wow, that calendar is pretty awesome. You could see a rolling 30-day view of your upcoming activities.
Yeah.
And we use it to display the school cafeteria menu. So when we're planning what days we're going to pack lunch for the kids can look at the week view and decide, oh, I want to eat the hamburger on Wednesday, so don't pack me lunch on Wednesday.
No, I mean, that's what I like it. That's the, we've got our Google Calendar, and I struggle to get automatic integration, but yeah, like beginning of the fall and beginning of the spring semesters, right? I try to go in and grab any relevant, football team, basketball team, cheerleading team, whatever calendar feeds, right, from the schools, right, so that those show up on our family calendar as well and remind us, like exactly all that stuff. So I get that need. I think we've all thought about the idea. I don't even know if I consciously did, but I guess in saying that, I know I get served ads. So even when you described it, I could immediately think, oh yeah, there's a company called Skylight. They always serve me ads for this exact product. And there's another one I think that's out there that's like, anyway, yeah, $200 to $300. But yeah, those aren't, I'm pretty sure those are just whatever LCD or LED. They're not this low power variant you're talking about. Yeah.
So the low power variant that I'm thinking about, I haven't done any research, but I don't think it probably exists yet. We'd have to go and source something that could do that.
Yeah, I like the idea. I guess the differentiator that SoFi can only hear is, I didn't mean to stress only, but yeah, the display. So it's thin enough. You're hoping it needs to be e-ink color.
Yeah.
Which I've heard there might be, but yeah, from what I've seen, like Jim said,
there's colored e-ink?
I heard about e-ink. Yeah. Like think about the smartwatches that's not Apple. I've seen them use some. Because how are you going to make a, Apple copy under $100? It's some cheap. It's not whatever Retina OLED. Yeah, it was some kind of low power color, slow refresh rate screen. I don't know what the technology is.
I mean,
because you're not going to need those pixels to change colors a couple thousand times a second.
Right. The e-ink stuff is like you can go to your grocery store and sometimes they have those prices that can get updated overnight or something like that, right? That
Mm-hmm.
the labels for the prices.
Mm-hmm.
So they may have like a battery attached to them, and the pricing can get updated, on the fly without having somebody to go print a new label and slide it into the case or stick it to the aisle cabinet. So I'm thinking just a larger display like that could present information in the calendar grid view. And maybe we could build our own software that would compete with all those other calendar apps that are out there, but at this point, I don't think we need to.
I just mocked this up. Is this kind of what you're thinking, Justin? Something kind of
Yeah. Nice. Did you get AI to do that?
Yeah, I just put it into Canva and said, "Show me a calendar on a wall in somebody's house," and with a few selling points above. Yeah. Well, just since we're brainstorming, I will throw out this one. This is pretty nice. So I think this is touchscreen.
Okay.
And it's got the calendar plus the chore chart for the kids.
Okay. So kids.
So that's pretty cool. Cause I was going to ask you earlier, there's the obvious calendar view, but I was going to ask you for your pain point. Is it for you and Anna, or is it for the whole family?
It's so the kids don't have their own devices that are connected to our family calendar. And when we have, birthday parties coming up and stuff like that, it's up to Anna and me to put it into our shared calendar. But then when it's displayed overhead on our display, like the kids can see and they can have the expectation, like it's open for anyone.
I'm sure Austin looks at it, right?
Yeah, and Jenna looks at it and she'll say, "Oh, what's this thing coming up? Yeah, we get to birthday party with so and so coming up. Yeah, okay, good.
Yeah, that's kind of like us. Lily definitely, we've got the whiteboard thing. She definitely uses it. Graham somewhat uses it, and Cameron not yet, but similar. Like, I guess their device. Lily can enter calendar events from hers, and she does. Like, well, I'm trying to get that instilled in her when she's like, "Oh yeah, guys, don't forget next Saturday I have to go to this thing," and I'm like, "If it's not on the calendar, I don't know about it." So. And I'm trying Seymour to get them into a Sunday night routine of like review the upcoming week. We're not there yet. Done it a couple times a month. I'm trying to get more disciplined, but
financial incentive.
I know
your older seems to respond to that.
But anyway, but that would be a great part of being able to use it
Yeah.
All right.
So just to get the technology part out of the way, we have the technologies there, at least to do a proof of concept. So
nice.
An example, 7-color e-paper. I don't know I'm sure there's statistics on, or not statistics, how much data it consumes. Not data, excuse me.
Power.
But yeah, I've seen this before a couple years ago, so it's there. So
cool. Then we attach it to a Raspberry Pi, build a proof of concept, and shop it around.
So let me go order the 3D printer.
Seymour, I thought. See, here's where my head would go. I thought we would say,
I'm kidding.
Are we trying to make is your idea to have the product and then sell it through distribution channels, or you want to have like all of it in one?
Like we would build it in-house and then the cabinet.
Yeah, I guess where I'm going with that is, if you started from the opposite end and you were like, let's say we tried to, I guess I'm trying to put my Seymour head on. What if we became a content site or just whatever? What if we became known for talking about the benefits of this, and we distributed currently available calendars and we worked our way towards this better calendar?
Oh, okay.
So basically, if we did affiliate marketing of like, what's the reason you want this? Oh, here's all the benefits of calendars. Oh, we want to instill discipline in our kids. We want them to be thinking about this stuff. right? And oh, here's this great product. And so, okay, yeah, we only make pennies on that for getting click through and getting purchases for it. But it's part of like, can we, it's not testing the market for that product, but it's testing the market for like the application, right? And then whether we can build an audience and then suddenly we have our own better version.
So rather than jumping straight into the hardware piece of it, we kind of test the market for appetite of this concept of a shared digital calendar.
I'm just throwing it out there as like a different way to think about it. But yeah. Oh, I gotta add something to my calendar right now. Pick up Lily at 5:30. Seymour, no comment?
Oh, I don't want to bias.
What are you talking about?
So I'm kind of excited about being able to build a custom product that suits exactly what we want it to do, and then selling the hell out of it if there's a market for it. I don't need to be like 100,000 units. And I think if we could source the parts ourselves, we could just build it in our garage and ship it out. Because our specific application, I mean, the three of us can agree that there's probably the three of us would use it.
Yeah.
And to differentiate it right off the bat from other products that are doing already what we're needing it to do, but then we're going to add our own flavor to it. I mean, we could probably go and crowdfund it if we really, really wanted to scale.
Oh, yeah, true.
And say, sign up for a pre-order of your unit and then pay us, invest your $200 and you get your device when it's ready.
Yeah, that's a good way to think about it. That's kind of a mix.
But I think to build some credibility around our brand, like, yeah, we could try and affiliate ourselves with existing digital calendar makers to show that we are experts in the space. Or who knows, like, we're dads that have this need. Like, isn't that credibility enough?
I mean, yeah.
There are those companies out there, like those dad investment groups or whatever, like, oh, just 6 dads that got together and they built a product because they didn't see anything else out there that they wanted. It gives us some authenticity.
True.
That a little bit of the underdog, like, oh man, all these Googles and Alexas out there that have their own variant of this smart calendar, smart speaker, like, it doesn't do this. And we're dads and we know what we want. We know what you want.
Yeah. No, and the only reasons why I didn't get the other ones, like my favorite would be the Echo 15 or something, right? The big one from Amazon, but it does so much more than I need, even though it's cheap. It's probably cheaper, I just checked right now, it's $200.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, the one I just showed you from Skylight is $320. It's exactly what you want, but yeah, why do you pay 50% more, right? Because it's Amazon and all that junk's going to be on there.
It's correct. I don't want that. Some privacy concerns, and I don't want the camera there. I don't want it listening. Mm-hmm. Then you can turn it off, but then and those are the reasons why I haven't done even though I'm very tempted to still do it. I like the Raspberry Pi that we have because it's purpose built for only that.
Yeah.
Do you still have that one displayed, Seymour?
It by default it's always on. So if the kids turn on the TV, it always shows that first. But the TV's not on all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we don't have a secondary TV. But yeah, it's on.
Okay.
Several times a week.
Okay.
They might
be a little noisier than I would have wanted.
The Raspberry Pi is noisier?
The fan. Well, Jim bought the kit that has the fan, so I guess it's on.
Oh, okay.
I might have tweaked the settings to
you overclocked it.
Of course he did, just so he could say he did.
The fan's on all the time.
Funny.
Yeah.
And it was using DAC board as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are you still using that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool. So
one thing I couldn't figure out is when I do DAC on this one TV, it looks fine like this. 4K TV looks fine. But when I do it on the other 4K TV, all the texts are super tiny. So then I have to change it to like double X. But then when you do, that's why I don't understand why that does that on DAC. But that's the only issue I have with DAC. It doesn't render right, even though both TVs are 4K.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And the thing I like is that it's a checklist. So I have that plus the Google checklist, Google tasks. That's how I have it set up.
I didn't realize he was using DAC also. Man, we both came upon the same tool, looking for the same solution.
Yeah. So I have my checklist here, not checklist, Google Task at the bottom. I like that.
Oh, because you've got the Google Task. Yep. Cool.
Yeah. I integrated that as well.
Nice.
Send me that link for the e-ink paper thing, and I'll go take a look at it, Seymour.
Oh, sure.
Okay.
I'll look into the specs and see how much power consumption it needs, and maybe we can run it off of a battery pack or something like that.
I was going to say Raspberry Pi plus HDMI to e-ink to something. Yeah, you tell us what the bomb looks like, Justin, and we'll talk about it next time.
Yeah.
And Jim's gonna probably look for like an Airtable version of a calendar he's gonna make. He's like, oh, it's better than DAC.
Well, I mean, maybe I like DAC because they're always keeping the software updated, and anytime Google Calendar changes their API, like DAC is right on top of it.
Yeah.
There's a subscription, but they also have the free version for just like one screen if you're only hosting one screen. I don't necessarily want to go and build new software for that because I think DAC pretty good.
Yep.
And then it's like any troubleshooting is sort of like it's out of our hands. Maybe we build this thing and sell it through DAC because DAC lists compatible devices.
They released, well, yeah, I guess we should move on. But yeah, I know I got an email from them. That was fine. I think I finally did unsubscribe from them, but they released basically an all-in-one kit, didn't they?
Yeah, I think you showed me. Yeah, it was like with an LG TV or something. I remember.
Yeah.
Years ago.
Like they'd sell you the components and then you'd build your own.
Well, they used to sell you the components, but I think they finally came out with, DAC wall display, $499, HD 1080p, Wi-Fi connectivity, simple mounting with, they call it the DAC CPU, but it's just obviously a Raspberry Pi that they just put their logo on.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe if you spend $499, maybe it comes with a license.
I would hope so.
Yeah.
But they can get you, oh, you want to get multiple calendars built into here? Okay, that's a premium upcharge.
Oh, geez. Their 27-inch display, $599, sold out.
Okay.
The V2 Plus 25 sold out. I guess that's
yeah. They do have the affiliates you talked about. Smart and Magic is not affiliated with DAC.
But they build stuff that is compatible with DAC. So DAC is like, okay, if you need a device, you can go buy this thing and install your DAC on it.
Yeah, it's funny. Jim was probably thinking the same thing, but yeah, it's on Etsy. I would imagine. Oh, sell on Etsy, and DAC is on Etsy.
Did you guys look at that link? Did either of you look at that link I sent you about digital products?
Yeah.
Well, that's my idea for today.
Okay.
Cool. We went on good tangents, related tangents, which is not a tangent then.